Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Cousin Crystal. I've been forgetting to say that lately. Don't ever forget that I am your Cousin Crystal. um, hey, and so today I just wanted to drop in to talk about how crazy I looked when I first started to follow the Lord's directions. I'm talking, people thought I was nuts. Moving from state to state and, living here and there, hotel and here. And and people laughed and said, "Oh my goodness, get it together." Even my children. And but what they don't understand is that I was listening to the voice of the Lord, and it took many months. Actually, it took a couple years for the Lord to even be able to talk me into having enough courage, because I was scared. All I know is that I kept hearing, "I want you to get up and move," and I'm like, "Move where?" And find a job, okay? Find a job in the South. The South? I'm a New York City girl, born and raised, and I have 4 children, and I'm going to pick up and move myself and all 4 of my children to the South. So I did it without a place to live, and I just, kept crying in the middle of the night, like, because, like, the voice of the Lord was waking me up and telling me that I had to go. And I'm like, but I'm scared. And then I started to pray for courage. I would say, okay, Lord, give me the courage. Give me the courage. Take fear out of me. That was the prayer, is to remove fear completely from me. And I remember praying for fear to be removed, and so I could just do it, close my eyes and just do it. And that day came without any place to live in the South. I did manage to get a job. So I thought, someone promised me a job. And so I gave notice to the company, and everybody was laughing, you know, and, but that fear was gone. And I know it was the Lord telling me to go. I had no idea where I was going, but the Lord always, when the Lord asks you to do something, the Lord always has a way, we'll make sure that you make it. So, packed up and went nowhere to go. And, but the thing is, you don't need to, I'm not going to get into everything that happened because I'm back on this side of the country now, East Coast. But, I listened, and there's a lot of things that the Lord has asked me to do. And, everyone just, are you nuts? You need to get yourself together. And what they didn't understand is that that's what that was all about, is getting it together and getting me to where the Lord needed me to be. And it's actually a test. I learned, the Lord explained to me not long ago that everything I went through, everything he had me do, he was testing me to see if I would do exactly as he said, afraid or not, even scared. He was testing me to see if I would, and I always did. Very scary, but I understand now that the Lord is trying to get me somewhere. And it's wild because the Lord was testing me by having me get past the fear and go where he wants me to go and do what he wants me to do, even leaving my job. Imagine, no job lined up, things happened, and, just abusive and discriminatory, and the Lord just had me get up and, I don't have to take this. And I was scared to leave. I'm like, but I've been blacklisted in this industry and I won't get a job anywhere else. They made sure of that so that I would not leave. And the Lord said, get out. And so it was really rough for me, not having anything, no money, nothing. So, but the Lord made a way. The Lord kept the roof over our head, and food always rained down some manna. We had something to eat every day, and electricity, and we had all the things that we needed. So the Lord took care of us. He always has, and He always will. Just like you, always has, always will. But yeah, so some of those tests for me, He was actually using me in other people's lives. I look back years after I moved back here. It's like when I moved, and I had nowhere to go, and I was in a hotel before I got an apartment in the South. It's like I was buying Pampers for some of the women, because there are a lot of women, single women in the hotels, like in Atlanta, Marietta, Georgia. A lot of single women living in hotels with lots of children. So, but I was buying Pampers, I was buying rice and milk and eggs and bread and sugar. I was buying so much stuff. And actually making connections with some of these women. And I didn't realize, I never realized I was a life coach. I'm a certified life coach now, but I never realized my whole life I've been a life coach, because when I was down there, these women that were so wild that management did not even want to be bothered with them, I could get them in the group, and everybody was quiet and listened to, my suggestions for business ideas. And I remember one day, management walked by and saw us all together, and these women that were so loud all over the place were quiet and listening to me, and management stopped. One of the managers stopped and was just like, what? But yeah, and was able to talk these women into starting different businesses. So, like T-shirts and, all types of businesses, and writing books, and so yeah. So I was coaching. The Lord had me down there coaching. I had nowhere to live, was in a hotel, but I was coaching, and He was using me to provide for His people and to comfort. And so that makes me feel good. Once I learned that's what it was about, once I was settled and I was back here, I thought about how scary it was. But then when the Lord explained that was a test to see if you would, and you were brave enough, and you did, and when you were there, you took care of people. It wasn't just the women in the hotels. I mean, it was homeless people coming up, and I'm at Dollar Tree buying them shampoo and deodorant, and I mean, just so much stuff. It was so, I shouldn't talk about what I did, I guess, but a lot of good things, the Lord used me for, and I'm grateful. Even though I had nothing, like the little bit that I had could take care of me and my children and help other people. The Lord used a little bit to take care of many. It was wild to me how the Lord can do that. But yeah, so but people thought I was crazy. Everyone thought I was crazy. People talked about me. People still talk about me, but they talk about me. Are you out of your mind? I remember, people, acquaintances, people I've known for years, like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I know the Lord's telling me to go. I gotta go, I'm already scared, so please stop. I know it looks crazy, but I gotta do what the Lord tells me to do. And that's how I live my life now. I just do what the Lord tells me to do. Like getting on this camera and talking to you and sharing that, sharing with you. So, so I said all of that to say, if the Lord is talking to you, I know it's scary. The Lord will ask you to do some scary stuff, but when He's going to use you, that's what I want to say. When you are chosen and the Lord is going to use you, you're going to have to go through some scary stuff. It's going to be some scary times, but just, I ask that that you go to the Lord and you pray. You pray and you talk to him. I remember before I made my first move to the South, I mean, I was up at night. The Lord was not, I didn't realize that when you're sleeping at night and you feel somebody, you're by yourself, nobody's in the room with you, nobody's in the bed with you, and you feel somebody pushing on you. I didn't realize that was the Lord. I had been feeling that for many years. And would turn over and be like, what? You know, and no one was there. No one was supposed to be except the Lord. And now when I get that nudge in the middle of the night, I know to get up and pray. The Lord wants to talk to me about something. So, but when you feel that, you know, get up and talk to the Lord and ask him, you know, what it is he wants you to do. And I'm not saying you should move. That's a conversation you need to have with the Lord. You need to get up and, you know, pack your stuff and go anywhere like I did. That takes time. So you have the Lord confirm. You confirm everything with the Lord and make sure that his instructions are clear. You hear him clearly, you know, and you move the way he wants you to move when you've built up the confidence and he's removed the fear. Always ask the Lord to take fear, you know, from you. And he'll have you do great things. The Lord won't have anybody do anything, you know, that's going to harm them or anybody else. So the Lord, you know, like with me, you know, he was getting me somewhere. He's getting me somewhere, you know. And I'm still on my way, I'm getting there. But, yeah, just wanted to share that with you because the Lord told me to share that, you know, so I wanted to share that. But I wanted to share, so this is me. Today, I was up. You know, I'm working on the website. I'm trying to get information on the website. So I, today, drew up I'm just in this world making stuff up, but this is the Lord having me do this. Family current events. So I decided on the website once a month we'll have a family current event, and that usually starts with an article, right? You know, I'm in my 50s, so it's been a long time since I've been in elementary school, but I remember doing current events when I was in elementary school. So I decided to bring back the current event, you know, and we'll do it family style, you know. And so this for May 2022, hopefully the website will launch by then. But May 2022, our first family current event. And this, I call it an article. I've never written an article in my life, but I'm making stuff up, you know, hang with me, hang in there with me. But so I got 3 pages here where I went and typed up information on family dinner time, you know, family dinners. And I would love to read the whole thing to you, but I'm not going to read it. It'll be on the website. So when we launch that website, you'll see it there. But if I can link it in on YouTube, I'm going to find a way. I'll work on that. I'll try to link it so you can see a copy of it. But it talks here about how important family dinners are. And I'm just going to read a little bit. It starts out with, family dinners have been important in our community for thousands of years. The Bible tells us how our forefathers, at the end of a day, would each go his way into his own home, I'm sure, to break bread with his family. So yeah, breaking bread, I'm starting to hear that more and more lately as I listen to the church I follow on YouTube. And so breaking bread, you know, every Sabbath. Saturday is the Sabbath. We all know that now. It's not Sunday, it's Saturday. And so every Sabbath, when they're in the church after their service, they break bread together. It's beautiful. You know, it's just beautiful. But so I've got I got a lot written here, but I've got a bunch of benefits of family dinners. So we got benefits, and there are so many great benefits, you know, especially for the children, but for everyone in the family. And at this point here on the last page, we have here that there are statistics for other groups, but for, you know, for Black people, there are no true statistics on how many Black families sit and have dinner together. So what I wrote here is, let us start to compile our own statistics today and get to 100% of the Black families sitting for family dinner. I like the sound of that. I want to see us do it.